How's it going, y'all? Alex Griffin here, Independent Insight. Um, I do want to make a real quick video. Today is March 11th, 2020, so it's the day after Mini Super Tuesday, or Super Tuesday number 2, as most people are calling it. Those are the two titles I'm catching the most. So I wanted to make a real quick video because obviously Bernie Sanders didn't do too well. He won one contest for sure in North Dakota. They declared that for him. Um, and what's the other one? We're still waiting in Washington. I think it's still too close to call. It might go in Bernie's favor. Hopefully, it goes in Bernie's favor. But at the end of the day, the delegates are going to probably be split as close to 50% as you can get. Um, I do want to make a video because as we march closer and closer to the establishment's form of a Joe Biden sacrifice to the Donald Trump presidency, I know it's really super gory imagery, but as we get closer and closer to that, I was feeling as a progressive like really discouraged and like even by my parents who are like again they're centrist and you know conservative or even just moderate Democrats. I thought to myself because it was back in 2012, 2013 when I was about like a sophomore, junior in high school where I called myself an independent because I was over both the Democratic and Republican Party. Uh, you know, Obama was reelected in 2012, and then I was really digging down the rabbit hole and just realizing that he was doing a lot of the same things that all these other politicians were doing. And then I just realized it just all clicked for me, guys. I went down the rabbit hole of conspiracy theories, and you know, there's some truth to find out there, but you can't get enthralled into that line of information. So, but it definitely helped me open up my mind for sure, and then really open my eyes to just being independent and just really looking at people on face value. Um, what are they pitching to me? All right. Well, then now let me look at your voting record, and then let's see where you get your money from, because it makes a real big difference. And that just came with time. And then I remember back when I first associated as an independent, one of the names that came up was Bernie Sanders. And it was one of the names I just looked up because I wanted to see who in our government was independent. It's a very small number, and so I remember that name. And it went, and I forgot about it in passing, and it wasn't until about 2015 when that name came back up again for me. 2015, 2016. Bernie Sanders running for president. And then you go and you look at his policy plans because he laid them all out. Um, and at the time when I was at that age, I probably could have benefited a lot more from the stuff he's pitching at the time to now. Because by now, if he was to get elected, I really wouldn't have much benefit from most of the things he's proposing. Even then, the company I work for would probably be a little stunted by some policies, at least with the minimum wage. But there's no need to get into that. But it wouldn't benefit me. So you know what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, what it comes down to is, for me, it was interesting because again, his policies stay the same. His visions always stay the same. He's been always super progressive and super for the American people, working class at least. And as we march closer and closer to that inevitable Joe Biden nomination and a Bernie seating, because we know how he is. He's a very classy guy. He's not gonna be. If anything, he would expect to fight from us, and I think we would go for. I would go. I'm definitely. I am myself and my buddy Aaron have already decided we'll go to Milwaukee if it's close enough in the plurality in the votes for us to fight it. We would go down there. We would fight it. Um, because that's what it comes down to, guys. We need Bernie. Bernie's a classy man, and like if we want a revolution, we got to fight for it. And I mean, we got to go out there and show it. And I think we would. Um, but I was having a conversation with my parents, and this one I want to try to draw full circles. I was having a conversation with my parents, and where they were asking me if I would vote for Biden, because blue no matter who. And I was fancying that conversation because my parents had already told me if Bernie got the nomination, we'd vote for them. So I thought to myself, well, it's not cool for me to say that I would just vote Bernie in. And then I thought about it, and then I told them, well, how would you convince somebody like me to vote for Biden? Like, what is it besides he's not Trump that would make me want to vote for Biden? And it just came down to he's not Trump. So I wasn't really satisfied with that answer, but I was like, maybe it wouldn't be a bad thing to vote for him. But then I thought about it, guys. We're not supposed to fall in line. That's not what revolution, that's not what changing the system's all about. If we fall in line every single time, like, I'm sorry, guys, but they already make voting hard enough. You know, these politicians, they don't want a majority of the minority to vote. They want a certain amount of people and a certain demographic to vote. They don't want everybody to vote. That's why they make voting so hard. So if voting's already hard enough, I think you have to earn my vote. I don't think I'm just gonna give it to you just because my parents are Democrats. Like, I don't associate with the Democratic Party anymore because I see that it's a bunch of hogwash, and I see that Trump and Biden don't differ very much. Trump can act like he differs from Biden, but he's doing a lot of the same things that Biden would do. He just has a different way of doing it. And that's exactly what Republicans who support Trump are going to say. And again, I don't have any reason to vote for anybody but Bernie. Again, I could give a percentage to Bernie in this state because, what, the Democrats aren't going to win Texas? I would encourage all the people who are progressive and independents in the state of Texas to vote for Bernie Sanders, to really send a message to the entire country that there is something that can be started from this broken system that we have, this two-party gross system that we have. It is only meant to distract us and divide us, never bring us together. So just think about that, guys. To all my independent and progressive folk out there, again, I think you have to earn my vote. Again, I'm not in a swing state, so I can say that with a little bit more freedom. I don't know what you guys should do if you're in a swing state. I don't know what you should do. I know where I live and stuff like that. Me personally, it's hard for me to say. It's hard for me to tell you guys not to vote for Bernie because I would. Oh yeah, I would still vote for Bernie. That's just me. I would still vote for Bernie. Because I'm tired of this bullcrap system, man. We have to self-implode it. I mean, that's how we're gonna change it. Start it from the ground up. So, anyways, y'all, I'm gonna end it there because I'm just getting I'm just getting a little too far off that. But that's how I felt. That's all I wanted to get across to you guys. I know there's people out there like me probably having the same conversation, some dilemma in their mind. Guys, make some love to the comment section below. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Tell me what you guys would do. I know you guys are probably gonna think I'm stupid for the couple things I said, or even for voting for Bernie in Texas. Maybe like, oh well, we all got behind Biden in Texas. Like, no, dude, no. You've already discouraged the independent vote enough. Like, and now you're gonna like make us vote for somebody we don't want to. That's disgusting, man. Like, there's only so much I'm gonna bend to the system. So, guys, again, make some love to that comment section. Like, subscribe. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Independent Insight. Check it out.